أعوذ بالله من الشيطان. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. الله الكبير. Again, we are here by God's grace, and we should be honored that we have this opportunity to make contact with our Creator. And this is a unique opportunity for us, and we should cherish it and look forward to this time. Actually, during the week, we have a lot of other occupations, and we're preoccupied with a lot of worldly stuff. And so this is the time that we really devote to God, and God is encouraging us to do it in a congregational manner. And so we are setting aside this time and dropping our businesses to do this. And this is a huge honor and privilege that God has bestowed upon us. And should be eternally grateful to God for giving us this huge blessing. So, again, all of the good things that we have is coming from God. And the bad things that we are facing in this world is coming from us. And so we should examine our own deeds, examine our own thoughts, examine our own utterances, examine our own everything that we do during the day. Okay, make sure that they are in accordance with God's will and God's laws. And so that is the way to get closer to God. Okay, and again, as I said, is always have this in mind that this worldly life is nil compared to the hereafter. And so we are here for a predetermined amount of time that only God knows. Okay, when our start time here is in this universe and our end time here as far as our physical existence is concerned. Okay, this has nothing to do with your soul. Okay, your soul is eternal. So, and God warns us about it. So we should not abuse our souls. We should not damage it. We should not ruin our souls. We should not lose our souls. Okay, so all of those we have to keep in mind. Okay, God warns us about it. Again, as I always say, that gratefulness and appreciativeness is a godlike quality, and we have to follow His path, which is a straight path. And so we'll be inshallah on our way back to Him, and so we should again cherish this time and this opportunity that is bestowed upon us today, and enjoy it. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and start our Jummah. Okay, so this is a something that I've been talking about it. And so I want to again emphasize that God in chapter 67 tells us that He has created death and life in order to distinguish us. Okay, which one of us will do better? Okay, so this is a mechanism by which God actually has given us these two states of death. Okay, so the first mistake that we made, and it includes all of us. Okay, and that first mistake that we made is a mistake that sent us to exile from God, and that state is state of death. Okay, because remember now, God is not one of God's quality. Death is not one of God's qualities. Okay, so when we are dying, we are in a place that we have no access to God. Okay, that's a lonely place. It's a horrible place, and so that's why in the back of our minds we actually are afraid of death. Okay, but God gives us good news. He says, look, if you're a righteous person, if you believe in God alone, then what God does, He does not put your soul to death again. And so what he does is that you make a smooth transition from this physical body into a realm which is in the presence of God, and you will live there for eternity. Okay? And on the other hand, God says that if you don't do that, if you continue your ways that you did before, and that way was an ungodly way, then you'll be put to death again. Okay? And so examples are people of Pharaoh. Okay? And that state is a state of, as I said, loneliness and fright, and it is a state that you are in a state of torment. Okay? And in chapter 40, God actually calls it su'ul adab, okay? Which means it's a bad punishment. It's a terrible punishment, okay? But now, wait for this. That statement also, God says the following ayah, okay? That admit the people of Pharaoh into the ultimate punishment or ultimate suffering. The next phraseology of the word. Okay? Warns us about that. Look, you thought you had it bad. Here you go now. This is a different state of existence. This is not death anymore. Remember they say we wish our death was eternal. It is that bad. Okay. We go to chapter 87. 87, God says, in there would be neither alive nor dead. So a different state of existence. So God describing all of these for us. Well, how was that state? How is this? I have no idea. You don't know. We don't know. God doesn't owe us anything to tell us. Okay? He tells us, look, man, it's bad. So come on, get a life and worship me alone. That's the way out. That's what he's telling us. Okay? Stop fiddling with these allegorical verses. That's what God says in 3:7. Okay? Those rasikhuna fil ilm, these are the people who are straightforward in knowledge. Okay, these are the people who are the chosen people of knowledge. They know all of it is from God. We believe in all of them. Okay, how is it in this and that and all kinds of stuff? Okay, was this before and after? All kinds of things that time-dependent, meaningless questions. Okay, be happy with God has given us, and be warned. That's what God is telling us. Look, man, this is a really bad state of existence. Okay? Just know that. That how it is and what, when, and all kinds of stuff, it's irrelevant. Okay? Let's think about God. Forget about these side issues, which is not going to do any good or any harm. Okay? It'll harm you, as a matter of fact. Okay? Because you forget now mentioning God. You get into these discussions, and you're not even thinking about God anymore. Okay? So you basically yielded to Satan. Okay? He won. Okay? Because he made you think about those other things instead of thinking about God. Okay? And God gives us good news every day. We've seen it. Okay? We see it. Every day that you live in this world is a brand new world. It didn't exist yesterday. Be happy with it. God puts you in a different place, different environment, different smell, different everything. It's different. It's not the same. It's a bigger universe. Okay? That's what we should be grateful for. That's what we should be thankful for, that's what we should think about God and thank Him for all of these things that He's given us, all this hope and aspirations that we have deep inside of us. We don't want to get bored. And He said, look, don't be bored. Look at this. You're in a brand new place today. Didn't exist yesterday. That's what we should think. That's how we should think. That God is taking care of us. And then when you go out today, after the Shema prayer, if you dialed in, you go out and you go about your business this afternoon, you'll be respected more. You'll be somebody who knows more than other people. You're in a better position. You're closer to God. And if you played hooky and didn't dial in, He says the same nonsense over and over again. We're getting tired of this, okay? Why don't we talk about politics and all kinds of stuff? Okay? This is not this forum. You are in the wrong forum. Go someplace else. If you want to talk about this and this and this and this, you got to go someplace else. Don't come here, because here we're going to talk about God. We're going to praise God. We're going to glorify God. And we're going to think about God. And we're going to have righteous thoughts. Okay? So, you think that you're going to do better by doing that? More power to you. Go someplace else. This forum is only devoted to God alone. And that's how we can succeed. Okay? So, in about a week or so, okay, we're going to, not a week, okay, we're going to Sunday, inshallah. Sunday, inshallah, we are going to start the first day of Ramadan. And this coming Sunday, today is the 8th, 11th, 10th. 10th is on Sunday. Today is Friday. Okay? So we're going to start Ramadan, inshallah. And we should be on our best behavior. Be somebody who's nice to other people. Okay? Don't disfigure your face because you're fasting. Wash your faces. Look cheerful. Okay? Be charitable. All of those things that God is telling us. Feed the needy. And remember that time is even double the thing. Okay? Because now you're the entire day. You are basically suppressing the desire of food. You're suppressing that and you're thinking about God. And that is good for you. God says, fasting is best for you if you only knew. It means we don't know. Okay? So all of these mechanisms of worship is designed for us to think more and more and more about God. Okay? You come 100 years from now, it's going to be the same thing. There are going to be wars, there are going to be this, there are going to be all kinds of stuff. And people are going to talk about politics, people are going to lie, people are going to cheat, people are going to commit adultery, people are going to do the same thing that we're doing today. We cannot keep talking about those things. Okay? God has given us the book. Okay? He has given us the master tablet, and He says, look, this is how you're supposed to behave. If you behave otherwise, okay, then we're in trouble, and it's going to go on and on and on. It's not going to change. God does not change His system because people don't like it. If you do that, you're going to see the consequences. For every action that you take, there's a consequence. And God tells us that. So I'm going to stop here and we'll finish this unit. Allahu